Nick, I talked to Michael about this. I want your take. I think the refs have too much to worry about. I think that VAR should only, and we've talked about this. I know that you're probably going to agree with this, but like VAR should only be there for offsides and goal line. I think when you go into subjective foul calls, that's impossible to get right and be on the good side. I think, okay, use it if someone is using force and they hurt someone and you want to turn something into a red card, sure, whatever. But, like, I do think that these referees have too much to worry about besides getting the call right. I think the call right on the field is now secondary. I think there's also, and Michael, you just said it, keeping the flag down for VAR, someone's going to get hurt when the flag's going to be down, and the flag's going to go up, and we're going to sit here and be like, this person didn't need to get hurt, because if we just called this offsides 5 minutes ago, then this wouldn't have happened. Like, there's just little
that's
things
literally
like that too.
Pickford Van Dijk.
Yeah.
When Van Dijk got injured.
Yeah. It's insane.
That's very Graham Lasso of you there, because I think he said that about every week he's on there, but
they always do. They always say it.
I did turn to my friend who's a Spurs fan when if I just go, wow, you're so fucking lucky. Like, you are so lucky that that you got away with that. But we've talked about this. I've said it too with you. Like, I agree. Like, it should be as objective as possible, because with the Milner call, like, you're not there to re-referee, you know, and you. Yeah. No, it's what objectively can you do? You know, can you get stuff where you can say, hey, it was in or out? You know, if you're looking at goal at the end line, you know, like we talked about the Newcastle and like the Rashford thing, like earlier in the year, like things like that where it's objectively over a line. Can you do that? But I think that the referees, the problem with it is that they're being trained. There is a lot to think about, but you're being trained to leave the flag down, or you know, play for. Or let it roll through. They're okay with being re-refereed. I'll just let it happen. Someone will have my back. It's like somebody else will do it. Like it's like the cheesy thing that I do when nobody picks anything up. I put a rake out in front of the dugout, and everybody walks over it, thinking, "Oh, somebody else will get it." And then yeah, it's a little mess up. I learned it from the guy that I used to coach for, and he just freak out about do it yourself. It's like this whole thing, but like it's exactly what it is, and. Like, this is the baseball guy, too, kind of like you think about objective calls, how baseball does it right. Like, robo-umps are the worst thing that can happen, because part of the nuance and the fun of the game is the human element where, you know, hey, that's 3 inches outside. Well, this umpire likes it outside. So throw the ball there. You know, or he's a low strike so high.
He's Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, right. Like, you know, whatever it is. And it's You can't re-referee it. Part of the beauty is the human element of error. And if you start to go back and re-referee it, you just make it worse. Like, people can say, oh, he missed it in real time. People can live with that ultimately because it's real time. Like, and as much as you'll complain and yell, people will know, like, all right, like, most people rush, like, it's live. You don't get to replay it. You saw it how you saw it. So... And that's part of the fun of it too. Like, you got screwed by a bad call. That's how that's how moments and rivalries are born, like stuff like that. You know, like think about how many times that's happened over the years. Like, even you look at why England hates Argentina so much. Like, with the hand of God. Like, it's...
there's some other reasons too, Nick, as a
I'm keeping this strictly soccer. I'm not getting into politics or anything. Yeah. But, Falklands aside. We, something like that, obviously the ref missed it, and it's got this unreal English-Argentinian, like, timeline of soccer games, you know? Like, that's kind of awesome. Like, I mean, it sucks they lost, but, like, that's kind of really cool that's where that originates from.
Depends on who you ask, right?
Yeah, I'm not English, so who gives a crap? But anyway, you know.
Michael, take us home. Last point, and then we'll get into predictions.
I completely agree, because, for instance, the Newcastle-Arsenal game. The out of bounds, shout, the offside shout, and then the foul on Gabriel from Joelinton, right? All not called. And the reason that everybody lost their mind during that was because they all thought it was a foul, and, you know, looked like a foul, in my opinion, too. But they're not sure, and they don't want to, like, unless they're positive of something like that, they don't want to re-referee the game and give a foul for that or do whatever. And I'm fine with that because I can sit there and go, I can see it that it's a foul. I think it's a foul. But it's not clear and obvious. It's not like you see the ball go over the line. It's not, you see it hit his hand or something like that, right? And I'm fine with that. But then you have moments like this where it is re-refereeing in the Milner case, for example. And again, I think that game was more egregious in terms of refereeing and VAR than the City one. But man, when it seems like they don't know what they're doing out there, and I understand that they're probably nervous with how this year has gone to like make mistakes, but I agree that they have to think about way too many things. They have to be conscious of all these different things. You have to shorten their list, make it so that they just have to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, and then once they're good at that, you can maybe try to reintroduce other things, but. Dude, they're like, it's just the consistency is so bad across even the same day at different times or the same slots of games, like the 10 o'clock games you could have two exact handballs, one gets called or one doesn't. It's tough to watch because at any given time, at any given week, it could just decide your game for you.
Yeah, totally agree. All right, City Tottenham tie, we still can't beat that fucking team. And that's just how it is.
I was sure you guys were going to win, too.
Same. All right,